Hey guys, it's Brian. Welcome to the awards contender. We have lost the great Katherine O'Hara, which honestly has been making me mad the last few hours. I can't take this anymore. We lost Diane Keaton just a few weeks ago. I'm still not over that. Katherine O'Hara is one of my all-time favorites. I mean, one of the first movies I remember seeing in a theater is Home Alone, 1990. That film means so much to me. Her work with Christopher Guest and Tim Burton, the work she's done on television, both drama and comedy. I mean, she has left us a legacy, man. Going back many decades, most of her work is funny, but she did have this heart to her in her most dramatic scenes in film and TV that could really move you as the viewer. Katherine O'Hara has just always been there, and I had no idea she was ill, you know? She was just on the studio a few months ago, did incredible work, as I'm going to talk about in this video. I just wasn't prepared for this, guys. I wasn't prepared, and man, I am going to miss her so much. So let me pay tribute today to the amazing Katherine O'Hara, her 10 greatest performances. This is my list. You might have a different one. Your order might be a little different from mine, but these are the 10 that mean a lot to me. Let's start with number 10, After Hours.
5, 8, 6, 2,
Don't.
9,
Don't.
3, 8, 0.
So did you know Katherine O'Hara worked with Martin Scorsese back in the 80s? 1985's After Hours, which is probably the most underrated Scorsese film. It is so much fun. Griffin Dunne is the protagonist, and he has one crazy night meeting all sorts of eccentric characters, and one of them is played by Katherine O'Hara. She's like this ice cream vendor, truck driver, who you think a certain way about, and then she takes a turn. It is a fantastic performance, one of her very first movie roles, and you might not have seen this one. Even though it's director Martin Scorsese, it's definitely an under-the-radar film of his. She is a standout in that terrific ensemble cast. If you have never seen After Hours, now is the time. Number 9, SCTV.
You've got to allow yourself time to acquire a taste for the finer things in life. And soon I did.
So this is where Katherine O'Hara really gets her start. SCTV out of Canada. It starts up around 1976, goes into the early 80s. It's kind of the Canadian version of Saturday Night Live. To be honest, I haven't seen much of it. I've been meaning to dig into that show, and I'm going to do it now for sure. But from some of the clips I've seen, oh my frickin' god, she is hilarious. You also have Eugene Levy, the late great John Candy. I've been meaning to catch up with this one. Her famous characters are Lola Heatherton, Dusty Town. She also does amazing celebrity impressions like Katharine Hepburn. I mean, come on. This is where she really builds her craft in comedy, and I had to include it on this list. Number 8, A Mighty Wind.
Mitch was so strong and so smart and knew what he wanted, and I just focused on Mitch, and, I went along for the ride.
So you're going to see some Christopher Guest movies on this list. I mean, her work with that man and that ensemble cast who oftentimes will appear in movie after movie. From 1996 to 2006, they make 4 phenomenal films I have watched over and over throughout the years. A Mighty Wind is not one of my favorites there, but the Katherine O'Hara performance in that is wonderful. Her chemistry with Eugene Levy, that scene at the end where they share that kiss, I have never forgotten. Her uncanny ability to transform into other people, to not even look like Katherine O'Hara, that's been a big part of her career going back many decades. A Mighty Wind, she's like unrecognizable in a way, but so funny, so truthful. I really adore her performance in that film. Number 7, The Studio.
They're influencers. Most of them don't even go inside. They just make their red carpet TikToks and leave.
Part of the reason I can't believe she's gone is because The Studio is so new. That aired like less than a year ago, and she is incredible in that. So filled with vitality, so funny, so fresh every step of the way. Whenever she's on camera in The Studio, it is pure delight. She is hilarious in this show. Her chemistry with Seth Rogen, they share a lot of scenes together, and you never quite know what she's going to do or say next. I think this is the final project she might have done. If that's the case, what an amazing swan song for Katherine O'Hara. If somehow you haven't yet seen the studio, do yourself a favor. She is incredible in it, and I think she got a SAG nomination, right? That's still to come. I'm not going to be okay, guys. Like, they do a tribute to Catherine O'Hara at SAG on March 1st. I'm not going to be okay. This has been tough, man. Like, the deaths we've had from major celebrities, actors, directors. I mean, going back a year to David Lynch, that was in January of 2025. I mean, I just can't take it anymore. Doing these tribute videos, I feel like I have to make them, right? I love Catherine O'Hara, but it's hard. Like, don't think I'm sitting here like, okay, a new video. Let's talk about some wonderful performances from O'Hara. I'm sitting here very distraught, you know? I'm sitting here very sad thinking about her career, all of the times she has made me laugh going back decades. Okay, back to the video. Number 6, Best in Show.
She had dozens of boyfriends.
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Yeah, hundreds.
I did not know that.
This movie is so freaking funny. I mean, it never gets old. Everybody is bringing it in Best in Show. It might be the funniest one of like the 4 Christopher Guest movies that Catherine O'Hara appeared in, a lot of those same people. This is really, really hilarious. You can put it on at any point. If you're having a dark day, you're not feeling so great, like put on Best in Show. You will have the most amazing time. And one of the best aspects of that is the Catherine O'Hara performance. Again, she is paired with Eugene Levy. They're really fun to watch together in this one. That part at the end where she's walking with a limp, she's trying to go out there and congratulate her husband and her dog, and her leg is doing that like weird thing. It's just like, it's so good. Like, it's so funny. Every step of the way in that thing, Catherine O'Hara is just so lovely, so hilarious. A great tribute to her would be to watch Best in Show for sure. Number 5, Home Alone.
If I have to sell my soul to the devil himself, I am going to get home to my son.
Okay, so now I'm not doing so good, guys. Home Alone. She is so wonderful in Home Alone. I love that film so much. You can watch Home Alone as just a fun family comedy, right? Everything to do with the burglars, Macaulay Culkin, setting off all those traps. That part of the movie is great. But as I get older and I watch that movie more and more, it's the Catherine O'Hara performance that really pulls me in. At the end, when she embraces her son, all the way to the end, when she's just trying to get home. She will stop at nothing, right? She goes from one plane to the next. She speaks with John Candy, and she gets to go home with him in his truck, and their moments together are fantastic. Home Alone is an abundance of riches. It has become a ritual for me to watch it basically every Christmas. I watched it again just a few weeks ago. Fell in love with the Catherine O'Hara performance all over again. So just like thinking about that film, thinking about her performance, thinking about the person, Catherine O'Hara, that she's no longer with us. Like this is tough for me, guys. Like, I'm gonna get through this. I apologize for crying, but you know, whew, boy, this is my honest reaction to this news. I'm just devastated by this. This is a really tough one. Number 4, Waiting for Guffman.
What time is it?
What time is it? Haven't you been paying attention? It's midnight at the Oasis.
So if I had to choose my favorite of those 4 Christopher Guest movies that star Catherine O'Hara, this is the best one for me. Even though I think Best in Show might be a little bit funnier, as like a well-rounded narrative, that twist ending, those characters, the surprises every step of the way, Waiting for Guffman is a comic masterpiece of a movie. I discovered it in middle school. One of my teachers recommended it to me. If I remember correctly, I rented the VHS and just laughed my ass off. I thought it was so great, and I was surprised by that ending, how much it moved me. You're just watching it like as a comedy, it's very funny, and the performances on stage in the third act, I mean, it is just cinema bliss, this movie. But yeah, that twist ending, it always gets me, because even though you've been laughing, you really come to care about these people, so you are disappointed by the outcome. I think that's what makes Waiting for Guffman such a great movie. It's not just about delivering laughs to the audience, it's also ultimately a very engaging narrative. So yeah, I really love this film, and I love Catherine O'Hara in it. Number 3, Beetlejuice.
But I must express myself. If you don't let me gut out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me!
This might be the first time I saw Catherine O'Hara in a movie. Beetlejuice comes out in 1988. I'm around 4 years old. I remember watching it very young on VHS, so I might have watched this one before Home Alone. It was around that same time, but this had to be in the top 5 for sure. I mean, Catherine O'Hara is an absolute comic force in Beetlejuice. Every moment she's on screen, you can't look away. It's the kind of character in the hands of a different actress might not have made much of an impression. Like, it probably still would have been good if another really great comic actress at that time had done it. But there's something about Catherine O'Hara, her delivery in that. She is just so much fun to watch in Beetlejuice, am I right? I mean, it's one of the great comedies of the 80s. You have such a great cast in that. Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Winona Ryder, and Catherine O'Hara is a standout. The scene where she lip syncs to Deo. I mean, I was on the floor as a kid. That was always my favorite scene in Beetlejuice. It probably still is today. If Beetlejuice had been Catherine O'Hara's only film, let's say that's the only movie she ever appeared in, she would still be a legend for that one performance. Number 2, For Your Consideration.
I am left comfortable in my own skin.
The one time Catherine O'Hara's name was floated for a potential Oscar nomination was for 2006's For Your Consideration, directed by Christopher Guest. It's not really like the mockumentaries Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, A Mighty Winds. It's a little different from that. It's more of a traditional narrative. You have many of the same actors from those other 3 movies. Absolutely the standout in this one is Catherine O'Hara as an aging actress working on a film, and there starts to be this Oscar buzz floating around. Someone has said on the set, this could be an Oscar player in months to come, and her character starts to believe, oh my god, I'm going to receive an Academy Award nomination, and it gets to her head that by the 3rd act, she is pretty well gone, and she doesn't get the nomination. The moment when she learns she wasn't nominated, her tears in that moment, it is one of the most devastating Catherine O'Hara scenes. It is so real, so truthful, not funny at all. Like, she's really playing that for dramatic purposes, and it's so beautifully done. I was rooting for her in early 2007. I thought, like, maybe something could happen there. I think a tricky element of that movie is that it's about like Oscar buzz, and so it was going to be hard to get that one in at the Oscars. But what if Catherine O'Hara had gotten one Academy Award nomination for Your Consideration? I mean, that would have been a stunner. An all-timer. She should have one Oscar nomination for something. It never happened. I think For Your Consideration brought her the closest. I do think if I had to pick the best Catherine O'Hara film performance, it is For Your Consideration. If you've never seen it, check it out. It is Catherine O'Hara at her very best. So there's other performances I could talk about in this video. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Of course, she's very funny in the sequel. You also have Heartburn, 1986, opposite Meryl Streep and Jack Nicholson. She has some nice moments in that film, directed by Mike Nichols. I think one of her most underrated film performances is Orange County 2002 as the mom. She is hilarious in that. She also did lovely voice work for animated films, most famously The Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, come on, she is wonderful in that as Sally. I also adore her voice work in Frankenweenie and The Wild Robot too. And The Last of Us. I have to mention The Last of Us here, right? One of her final projects, a rare dramatic role from Catherine O'Hara. She is incredible in that. I just watched it a few months ago, and I loved seeing her play a rare dramatic role. You know, she was very good in The Last of Us. I would have liked to have seen her do more drama throughout the years. But of course, she was most brilliant in comedy, going back to SCTV, her work with Christopher Guest and Chris Columbus and Tim Burton and all of these wonderful projects I've been talking about. There's one more, right? her very best performance, her most iconic character ever, my number one choice is, of course, Schitt's Creek.
Nice to meet you, Jacob. If you take half as much care of our son as you do your physique, David should be in very good hands.
I mean, what can I say? What can I say about Schitt's Creek? This was a show that got better and better each passing season. I really liked it in season 1. And then it just kept growing in popularity, kept surprising us in its storylines and its dialogue. I mean, you can't put on an episode of Schitt's Creek and not feel better by the end of it. All 4 of those actors are bringing it at every moment. And the best thing about that show for me, it always was Katherine O'Hara as Moira, with her line readings, like the way she speaks, her wigs, how she carries herself. She is so freaking hilarious in Schitt's Creek that I might, like in tribute to her, start rewatching it again, because I've only seen it all the way through the one time, and it's been a while. It ended in 2020. I am thinking I'm going to watch it a second time. I have missed that show. I have missed the Katherine O'Hara character and performance. I mean, there's not a bad episode in the bunch. It is so fresh, so hilarious. I love the LGBTQ representation in Schitt's Creek. That meant a lot to me. And then Katherine O'Hara's performance. I mean, it is one of the landmark performances in television. She is a comic riot in that thing in all 6 seasons. I love Katherine O'Hara's work in a variety of film and TV projects going back decades, but if I had to pick the very best performance, the very best one, it is Schitt's Creek.
What is your favorite season?
Awards.
Katherine O'Hara, 1954 to 2026. I cannot believe you're gone. This has been a tough few months. We have lost so many legendary stars, so many great actors, directors, and Katherine O'Hara, you might not be thought of as the absolute cream of the crop alongside Diane Keaton and Gene Hackman and Robert Redford, but I would put you right up there. I think about when Meryl Streep got her AFI Life Achievement Award in 2004. She goes up on stage, she looks out on that room of the biggest heavy hitters in Hollywood. You have Robert De Niro in there, you have Clint Eastwood, Jack Nicholson, Goldie Hawn, Diane Keaton, the list goes on and on and on. Who does she give a shout out to from the stage? Katherine O'Hara.
Oh my God, Katherine O'Hara, jeez. There's everybody I love in this room. I can't stand it.
In a room filled to the brim with the biggest A-listers in town, she takes a moment to acknowledge the great Katherine O'Hara because Meryl Streep knew, everybody knew, the talents of this woman. How she always made every project she was in better because of her presence. She was a true original, and the film and TV world is not going to be the same without her. Katherine O'Hara, you made such a deep impression on my heart, on my life. You have always been there in film and TV from the beginning. I just can't believe you're gone. It doesn't feel right to me. But thank you for everything you gave us, your incredible legacy that will live on for decades. I promise we are never going to forget you.